According to fairvote.org, voter turnout in the US fluctuates on national elections. It states that 60% of the voting eligible voters vote for national elections and only 40% for the midterms elections. We need to change that. In my speech, I will talk about the importance of voting. Talk about why people don't vote, and finally a way to enhance it. According to an article in the McCain Institute, when voters don't vote by franchise, don't exercise their vote by default, they allow others to make decisions for them. I believe that if you don't turn out to vote, you're not letting your voice be heard. You're not letting your values show up in what the decisions are made for your city, for the country. And if you don't decide to vote, or you don't choose to vote, then you can't really speak on what's going on in your country or have an opinion about what's going on in your country because you're not exercising your right to vote. I feel as though, like we saw this in the last presidential election, that by the low voter turnout, it wasn't really expressing what the people wanted. And now we are dealing with the fallout of that situation and of that decision. So I feel like as though we need to exercise our right to vote and be a part of the democracy that we have created. Next, I'm going to talk about the reasons why people don't vote. According to Science News for Students, the reasons why people aren't voting is because of accessibility, saying that, their polling places are far, they don't have transportation, they don't have ways to know where their polling place is. It's not easily accessible to get the information of where you need to vote, the times, how long the wait is. Another reason is education. People that are more educated tend to be more involved in politics and everything, and issues and everything that's going on in your city and in your country. And more of the uneducated people don't really know the dialogue or what platforms the opponents are going on and what's going on and what are we voting on. And they're usually being told, oh, hey, just, vote, and people are not really coming into their communities and talking to them and letting them know what issues are going on. And some people feel like that they're not Democrat or Republican. They feel like they are either moderates, or some people feel like they're independent. There's not enough options. It's just two parties. So they might not necessarily agree with Democrats. Again, from our presidential election, I feel as though it should have been more options than a Democrat and a Republican candidate, because some people didn't necessarily agree totally with the Democratic side, and some people don't agree with the Republican side, but because they don't totally agree with that side, they're like, oh, I don't want to vote at all. And that's how you lose a lot of voters, because they're like, okay, I don't agree with this side, but I don't totally agree with this side. Nobody's really giving me my voice, so I'm just going to stay home. And again, we saw that in the election, for the presidential election, because we didn't have enough people out to vote, and it really showed that we didn't really care about who was running our country. Another reason is because Also, again, with voter apathy, like they just don't care about politics. They don't care about any of that, and they just don't care about voting. Don't care about what's going on. It's like they have other stuff going on in their life. They're not worried about politics and this, that, and there. And so they don't want to worry about voting. They don't feel like it's important to them. Ways to improve voting, like according to ways to improve voting is make it more accessible, make it more to where we can like real time figures like on the news and stuff saying, okay, you know, these polls are that it's a 30-minute wait time. Make it to where you can register same day. Make it to where you can register early, like register when you're 17 instead of waiting until you're 18. These things make it to where like you get a free Uber ride to the poll place, or a free Lyft ride, or a discounted ride, so that encourage people to make it more accessible, or make it to where, you know, it's an app where people can find out where they need to go, how long the wait is, this, that, and the fourth. Like I said, make it streamline the process to where you can do online voting. You can do your online registration. More people are using technology to do things, where it's an app where you can handle everything that you need to do in order to vote. Because some people, they might be working or don't have a babysitter or don't have the transportation. Make it to where everybody has a chance to vote, whether, you know, they're in some rural city or they're stuck at work or they're sick in the hospital. They can still exercise that right. Another way is to get people excited about the ideas and the platforms between elections. Let them know what are things that are important to them. Get their voices heard. See what they're trying to, what they want to see in their country, what they want to see the Congress and Senate, you know, speak about, vote about. Get their voices heard. Get them excited. Make them feel like they're included in the process and not just another number. Let them see that they are important, that they are a part. So those are my ways that I feel that people can improve the voter turnout, and that is my speech. And thank you.
Thank you.